Hi everyone. I know that today is still not Christmas, right? Then tonight and Hong Kong time still have the U.S. stock market, right? Tomorrow is the silent night, and then Monday is Christmas, and then there is holiday in U.S. stock, right? And then Tuesday is still holiday in Hong Kong, but there's no holiday in U.S. in Tuesday, right? Only one day holiday for Christmas is 25 Monday. So I will say in advance, everyone, Merry Christmas, right? So we all know that, right? Yesterday, then the market is going up again, but what happened to Nike, right? Suddenly it slashes for more than 10%. You may argue with me, hey, Nike in between rise up, right? I would say that a lot of stock in US rise up. It's just like you floating the water into a tank. Everything in the tank rise up, right? May not have the fundamental. So it happens to Nike, right? So we take a look on Nike's report just announced it yesterday. So our Falcon portfolio then rise up to 91%, right? It seems okay, right? Okay for my readers, right? This year, I hope you enjoy it, right? Because in the middle of exactly should be in July to October is terrible, right? Everything goes down. All the stock in US, right, goes down no matter how good it is, right? Everything goes down for a few months more, right? And then the treasury yields go up to more than 5%. That's terrible, right? That's terrible, right? So, but don't lose your conviction, right? Have a conviction in that, right? So if any of you then have any stock then want me to analyze, then you can leave your message under YouTube, or you can directly email to me by Usstockmarketweekly@gmail.com. So this is our covering, right? This is a Nike shop, right? I don't know if this is in, where is it, right? Maybe in US, I don't know, right? So what happens to Nike, right? So we take a look on that. So yesterday, the market rise up again, right? Just before I go to bed, about 1 o'clock in the morning, right? It rised only 200 points, and then eventually it rised for Dow Jones more than 300 points. Then now the Dow Jones is 37,404. And even the Nasdaq rised nearly to 200 points. That means that nearly then get back all the job in one day before. Very close to 15,000, right? 14,963. So this is our Falcon 350,000 portfolio, right? You can see that this year, 2023, our portfolios increased by 44%, right? 44%. And then our whole portfolio then since after it's being established, the increased by 91%, right? So we go for some headlines first, right? Actually, don't bet on that. I read some news already, right? Then a lot of people then betting on the shipping, right? Betting on the container rate, something like that. Don't bet on that because this may just be temporary. Then we know that then for the Houthis then attack on the Red Sea, right? A lot of the containers, they have to turn, right? Cannot go through the Red Sea because it's dangerous, right? They may be hijacked, right? So maybe they use the air freight, then everything is more expensive. Then maybe they turn from the South Africa, but that is a very long journey. So the container may not be enough, right? Because the ship takes much more time for the journey. So the container is not enough. Then the rates hit 10,000, right? But this may just be temporary because US is organizing the ally for that, right? Maybe for some fighters, air fighters, or some fee on the area, I don't know, right? Is organizing on that, right? So don't bet on that. But even if you bet on that, right, don't be long term. Just short term is okay. Boeing, right? It's already past 4 years, right? So time flies, right? I still remember then at the time analyzing the accident caused by the Boeing, right? It's on 2019, right? So very quick then we passed 3 years pandemic and then 1 year after the recovery, 4 years. Then if it happens something like in the middle of 2019, then it's 4.5 years already, right? The time flies, right? So Boeing hands over the first 787 Dreamliners to China after more than 4 years, right? Boeing is recovering after the pandemic, right? We will have a detailed analysis on that, right? So don't miss our pay program in our Hong Kong channel. And then we quickly goes into Nike, right? So Nike, what happened, right? What happened to Nike, right? Nike sinks more than 10% after it lectures the sales outlook, right? That means the outlook is not good, right? And then we'll cut 2 billion in cost in 3 years, not in 1 year, in 3 years. So what happened to Nike, right? And the estimate, sales estimate for the second quarter is bad. It's quite bad, right? Actually, the sales is very weak. May not be wholly because of China, may not be. It may be Nike's problem, right? So we take a look on that, right? So just do it, right? This is the logo of Nike. Nike, for the past 1 year, and then there is some no return if you buy the stock, right? Just about 5% and with 1.21% dividend, then you add up together, then something like 6%, right? And for the past 5 years, only 67% with the dividend. And you can see that for the Nike, stock price rise up is at the same time as the US stock market rise up. Because of then saying that it will cut the interest rate. Not cutting yet. No timetable yet, right? Just say that it has the intention. So the whole market falls up. So Nike falls up at the same time, right? You can see that at the same time. Not at the early of 2023. It's something like at the November, right? At the November of 2023. Lululemon, then our stock, right? Then you can see that they experience the same cycle, right? In China, in US, in Europe, they experience the same thing, the same cycle. You can see that Lululemon, 1 year up 63%, 5 years up 3.2 times, right? No dividend. And then we take a look on Adidas. Adidas, 1 year rise at 55%, right? With 0 point something dividend, forget about it. But for 5 years, Adidas, the good, right? Only 6.59%. That means all the rise of the stock happens in this year, right? And experience the same cycle of Nike. So what happened to Nike, right? What happened to Nike? Nike drops after North America revenue lags. Then North America, that means US. Footwear appears on watch, that means seems nothing, then we have to watch something like that, right? It's negative. And the very important thing is miss the revenue, So the customer don't know your profit margin, right? If I go to Nike to buy the running shoes, to buy an apparel, right, to buy a jacket, I will not care about your profit margin, right? Something like that. So the revenue means is less people buying things from Nike. This is the most important thing. And this financial report is just earning release. This earning release is on December 21. That means yesterday. Right? So the problem is I just put the red circle for you. Right? The revenue only up 1%. That means nothing. Why nothing? Right? Why nothing? And then it based on a currency neutral. That means currency, not floating, constant. Then the revenue even down 1%. But the diluted earning per share up 21%. What happened? What happened? So we'll take a look on that. And the timing is to end of November, right? End of November. For that quarter is September, October, and then November, right? You can see that if we use a quarter, right? If we use quarter and then we use half year, you can see that for the revenue for a quarter only up 1%, and then for half year also only up 1%. That means nothing improved, no improvement. Okay, why? Why the diluted earning per share up 21%? It's because the tax rate being cut. 1 year before the tax rate is 19.3, and then now it's 17.9. That means no improvement for Nike in the past 1 year. Although even the China or even Hong Kong, even Japan, all of them, pandemic is over. But no improvement on Nike. Is it only because of the slow economy of China? Seems not, right? So you can see that the net income for this quarter increased by 19%, and then for half year increased only by 8%. Why? Only because of the effective tax rate cut, right? This is the reason. So on the finance, then Nike is okay. Then we take a look on that, right? For the current asset, 24.6 billion US dollar, right? Current liability only 8.9, more than enough. And then for the long-term debt is 8.9, so more than enough, right? Others is just lease liability, shareholder equity, and then deferred income tax, something like that, right? That's okay, right? For finance point of view, it's okay. If you take a look on the current asset, then how do they divide the current asset? Then a part is cash and cash equivalent, and then is short-term investment, accounts receivable, that means the money you should receive, and then inventory, and then the prepaid expense and other current asset. That's okay to me, right? Quite evenly distributed. So this is most important part. For US, North America, you can see that footwear dropped 5%, apparel dropped. Only the equipment increased by 10%, right? But the equipment's sales amount is very, very small, right? So the overall is minus 3%. For Europe, footwear 1%, better than nothing. Apparel dropped 10%. It's not China, it's Europe, right? Middle East and Africa. And then equipment also increased. So make the final is still drop 3%. China seems okay, right? It seems okay, but you see that for the footwear, half year increased 7%. 3 months increased only by 3%, right? And then you can see that for the total, half year increased by 10%. And then now increased only by 8% for 3 months. That means it's slowing down. Slowing down in the past half year compared to the past 3 months. And then we go to Asia, okay. But Asia is okay. You can see that. Then I'm okay with that, right? You see the footwear half year 11%, and then now a quarter is 15%. Then to me it's okay, right? But the most important thing is US and Europe has the most important and largest portion for the revenue of Nike. And then what is the final? We talked so far, right? Then what is the final for that? You can see that the final compared with 1 year before is 0. That means nothing improved. Nothing improved, no increment. So why should I buy this stock? 1 year, then we earn $1 million. After 1 year, still we earn $1 million, right? No improvement. Then why the investor buy the stock, right? But you buy the stock is because they earn more and more, right? That is the main problem. And then we compare with the EBITDA. Right, EBITDA, if everything keep constant, right, you can compare the efficiency of the running or the earning of a company. So you can see that EBITDA 3 months compared with 6 months, right? US drop. I put clause on that, right? 6 months 3%, now it's only 2%. That means drop. Europe -5, now is -6, drop. China, okay, -1% compared with this quarter 1%. And then Asia, -5, now is 7%, okay, right? Global Bank, right, 2% compared with 5%, okay. But don't forget, US and Europe is the biggest sales revenue source for Nike. Those two big area drops. That means the efficiency of the selling and the revenue or earning money drops. You compare that, it's very easy. So what happened to Nike? What happened? Maybe the brand is too old, right? Maybe I know that a part of them is due to the inflation, right? A part of them is due to China. But if you look at this table, may not be China's problem. China definitely has a problem, right? But the more important is US is a look, right? So even that, then she performs very bad, right? So you know that why she snatches the outlook of 2024. And the most important thing is what she can do is only to cut the cost. What she can do is only by cutting the cost, right? You're cutting the cost, and then the profit goes up. But no company become great because of cutting the cost, right? You cannot cut the cost forever. Then what happened to the sales to the brand? To the sales to the brand, right? To the competitors. Even Adidas this year have the increase of 55% on the stock, but Nike dropped 5%. What happened? Marketing strategy and the brand and the products. Then it is the time for Nike to sit down and review and act very quickly, right? Just by cutting the cost cannot satisfy the market. So be aware if you have the Nike stock. I know that this is a very old stock, right? This is a very old company, and then you can see that the PE ratio is nearly 40, right? If you're still holding this stock, then you can still hold this stock. But if you do not have Nike, then I do not recommend you to buy Nike, right? Because you can see that the stock price goes up because everything falls up, right? That's the only reason. And what Nike performs is now no excuse, not because of China, not because of inflation. It's her own problem, right? Maybe in the design, maybe in the brand, maybe in the market, I don't know, right? But seems all play a part on that. So Nike then have to have very thoroughly review on everything, and then we do it and execute it very quickly, right? Otherwise, if other brands come up, then Nike, you know that Nike is famous for what? For the running shoes, right? For the running shoes. But now the running shoes also left behind, right? So many years, quite many years before, have the Air, and then now you see that there's no new things up, right? Should have new things up to boost up the sales, but no, right? So hope Nike can have new pen very quickly for the investor to look at her again, become more shiny, right? So thanks for watching, and then I hope everyone have a very peaceful weekend, and then have a very happy Christmas, right? And the next Friday, then the program will be 29, and then will be for the new year, right? I hope everyone have a very peaceful Christmas and weekend. So like, comment, share are welcome, and then please subscribe, and then press the bell icon, right? So happy Christmas, and then wish everyone happy 2024 in advance. See you guys next Friday. Bye bye.